Hi, Art Arts. Today we move to Florence and we will talk about the Medici Riccardi Palace. Okay, this palace has been commissioned by the Medici family by Cosimo the Elder. Now I'm not talking about the history of the family that is very complicated. It's a fiction itself, maybe by the TV. So Cosimo the Elder was the son of Giovanni di Bicci, the founder of the bank and of the family in Florence, that was buried in this church of San Lorenzo, just in front of this palace. So this district was a kind of family district, we can say, okay? And it was buried in this old sacristy designed by Brunelleschi. So legend says, when I say legend, I mean Vasari, Giorgio Vasari, the art writer, okay, the art critic of the 1500s. Vasari said that Cosimo at the beginning called for Brunelleschi, okay, to have a project for his building, for his palace, but they argued because they were the very strong characters. So Brunelleschi wanted his palace, Cosimo wanted his palace, and so they didn't fit together, and Brunelleschi decided to get out from the project and was substituted by Michelozzo, a pupil of him, that was more compliant, we can say. So at the end, Cosimo had his palace, and what did he realize? He realized a cube. Okay, so you have to take off this part that was added in the 1600s by the Riccardi family. They were the second owners of the palace. Okay. They bought the palace by the Medici. Michelozzo realized a cube, okay, not a tower house, a medieval tower house anymore, but a very solid, okay, and defensive building, but more elegant and more classical, okay. Considering this, for example, these windows, okay, so these are round arched windows, very, very classical, with this sticking out cornice, okay, very, very sticking out one, that is just a parallel of the bench that is on the ground floor. So the panca di via is a typical Florentine architecture. And Michelozzo chose to unite, to blend the classical with the medieval, decorating the facade in the three different levels with three different kind of decoration. On the ground floor, the roof ashlar, okay, you see this kind of rough stones. Here the smooth ashlar, and here this pure plaster, okay, so three different kind of decoration. Then go from the lower part to the higher part in a kind of simplification, okay, we can say. You see here in the corner there's the coat of arms of the Medici family, the 6 balls, and here there was a loggia. So these two entrances were not doors, okay, there was the entrances of a loggia, of an open loggia. It was closed in the 1500s when the family wanted more safety in this house, and the Michelangelo is just a legend. So Vasari says that Michelangelo invented this windows, this kind of windows. His name is finestra inginocchiata, so it's a kneeled window because it's been you see this is kind of decoration here, okay, it's kneeled under the window, but it's not this the reason. The real reason is that this, when you walk in Florence and maybe you just lose your attention, you are talking with friends and taking a gelato, for example, these sidewalks are very, very tiny, and you can hit the window or the kneeled part with your head, and you can go down on your knees, okay. That's why the name of finestra inginocchiata. So when you walk through Florence, pay attention, okay. Here there's an entrance. You can get into the courtyard. I'm showing you that's it. So a cube itself with an opened indoor loggia and the same windows as these are on the outside. In the center there was the statue of Donatello, the David of Donatello, commissioned by Cosimo himself. So it was a palace very full of masterpieces, Now you can go here for free. You have to pay the ticket just to go in the museum that is in the first floor, where is the Chapel of the Wise Man, the fantastic chapel painted by, frescoed by Benozzo Gozzoli. So I recommend you to go. I'm just recommending a lot of things in Tuscany. And you can go here, and in the second courtyard now is a little cozy garden. So especially in summertime when it's so hot in Florence, you have some rest, some fresh rest here inside this beautiful palace. Okay, so thank you for your attention. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very special day, so I'm explaining you something that I care, that I'm very fond of. San Bernardino of Siena painted my PG. I'm explaining tomorrow. Bye.